Do you want your audience to look at a specific part of your photo instantly? In this video, I'm going to show you how to draw attention to the exact spot in your photograph without expensive equipment or needing years of experience. So, wildlife photographers like us lose our viewers' attention in the first second because the light in our photograph does not tell the viewer where to look. But the good news is that fixing this is very simple. In a moment, I'll show you the exact lighting trick to guide your viewers' attention instantly, no matter what animal we are photographing. Okay guys, let's get into backlight, or simply put, highlighting. Let's look at it this way. If you want people to read a certain part of your page carefully and you want to bring attention to a word or a line in your page instantly, you simply take a highlighter and highlight it, right? Backlight in photography is exactly the same. There is no difference whatsoever. Alright guys, before we get into exposure settings for backlight, let's talk about the different camera positions. The first way is photographing directly into the sun, say 3 o'clock or 9 o'clock position. Just like a sandwich, one side will be you and your camera and the other side is going to be the sun. Keep your subject exactly in the middle. In this position, the backlight is thick because the sun rays are so low they hit the back of your subject and get into your camera. Your subject plays the part of a sun blocker. Just remember, you will create lens flare and fading in this position. And if you're not careful, you will underexpose your subject. Okay, the other way is when your sun is higher, say approximately 1 or 2 o'clock. The sun is not exactly behind your subject, but instead the sun is higher. In this position, the backlight is thin for the most part. The advantage of this position is that the rays still light the back of your subject, but they stay out of your lens, leaving you with a thin outline on your subject. Or should I say, it will resemble a thin highlighter compared to the thick highlighter like the first way. Alright guys, let's talk about the thick and the thin highlighter. What do they do for our emotions? Most of us wildlife photographers never ever think about this. When the backlight is thick, you get a strong, powerful rim of light, and that outlines the entire back of your subject. Backlight creates an emotion that feels bold, heroic, and dramatic. It gives your subject presence. It gives your subject strength. It tells your viewer, this is the dominant figure in the frame. You will see this a lot when the sun is lower and the rays wrap all the way around the animal's back. This thick rim immediately pulls attention to your subject. Now let's talk about the thin backlight. Thin backlight feels elegant. It feels refined. It adds a sense of mystery, softness, and calm. You get thin backlight when the sun is higher in the sky and only catches the very edge of your subject. A thick backlight gives you drama, and a thin backlight gives you elegance. Neither one is better than the other, but they create completely different emotional reactions for your audience. And once you understand this, you don't just expose for the backlight, you use it intentionally to control emotions. Okay, this is the part everybody's waiting for, right? Exposure. Let's talk about it. Number 1, it's extremely important that your background is darker than your highlight. It does not need to be a whole lot darker. Even if it is half a stop darker, it's okay. Number 2, make sure you have compensated for your subject's grayscale value. Meaning, if your subject needs more or less light based on grayscale value, you do that first. Bring the exposure where it needs to be for proper results. Okay, next, meter your frame. Meter your frame and open up 2 to 2.5 stops if you're photographing at 3 or 9 o'clock position. And if you're photographing at 1 or 2 o'clock position, then open up only 1.5 to 2 stops. This increase in exposure will make sure your subject is not too dark. And don't be scared. It sounds like a lot of light, but it's just making sure you are not coming home with a dark image. What happens is when the light enters your lens, the meter gets fooled by thinking it has a lot of light. But the fact is that it's calculating the backlight, not the light that's reflecting from your subject. In backlight like this, the camera's metering system, since it measures reflected light only, gets fooled. So here's the part we must understand carefully. Why backlight instantly forces your viewer to look exactly where you want. Your viewer will always look at the brightest edge first. When you place the brightness behind the subject, you are literally guiding their eyes with light. Thick backlight creates a strong, bold outline that pulls attention instantly to your subject. Thin backlight creates an elegant, subtle outline that'll still direct your viewer's eye, but with a soft emotion. Either way, the viewer has no choice. The light tells them exactly where to look. And here is the icing on the cake. You can photograph in bright daylight. No need to restrict yourself to photographing only early in the morning and late in the evening. The more time you spend with your subject, the better your images are going to get. And here is the real secret. You're not just photographing an animal, you're directing attention. Okay, so let me confirm all of this. Backlight is simply highlighting, using light exactly where you want your viewer to look. Camera and sun positions are the key to backlight. How the position of the sun changes the thickness of the rim light. And most importantly, the thickness of your backlight creates completely different emotions. How to expose properly without letting your camera give you wrong information. And finally, the real secret. Your viewer always looks at the brightest spot in your frame first. When you control that edge, you control attention. And when you control attention, you control the emotion of the photograph. And if you want to improve your technical skills for photography, shutter speed, aperture, spot metering, or even creative skills, go watch this playlist and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.